Okay, so we've all been there, right? You get to a hotel after a super long trip, you're exhausted, and you're just not totally sure what to say. Well, today, we're going to flip that script. We're going to take that whole experience and turn it into a masterclass in communication so you feel totally confident. This is your field guide to hotel English. You know, what's so fascinating is that pretty much every hotel stay, doesn't matter where you are in the world, follows a really predictable path. It just breaks down into 4 key stages. You've got your arrival, settling in, dining, and then, of course, departure. So we're going to walk through this whole map together and nail down the exact language you need for every single one of those steps. All right, so let's kick things off with Act 1, your arrival. Just picture it. You've just hopped out of a taxi, you walk through those big glass doors, and boom, you're standing right there in the hotel lobby. And what's the very first thing that happens? It's that immediate gut reaction, right? You're just taking in the space, forming that first impression. And usually it's a pretty simple observation, kind of like this one from Ellie, who's one of the travelers we're going to be following today. So let's take that simple wow and break it down into something a little more specific. I mean, look at how this works. You can talk about the scale, like, is it huge? You can talk about the sight, or the light's cool, or even the smell and feel. You know, does it smell clean and fresh? All of a sudden, you've got this whole toolkit to describe what you're seeing way more vividly. Okay, so after you've taken it all in, it's time for that first really important interaction, check-in. And honestly, it all kicks off with this one simple, direct, and really powerful phrase. This tells the front desk staff everything they need to know, who you are and what you're there for. And here's the thing you gotta remember. The check-in process, it's not a test. It's really just a script. It's kind of like a predictable dance of questions and answers. The staff asks something, you confirm it. They ask for something, you give it to them. Is that correct? Yep, that's right. Can I see your passport? Sure, here you go. See? Once you know the steps, all that pressure just kind of melts away. Now, at the very end of check-in, the staff gives you all the key info in one quick burst. But here's the secret. The most important words are actually the smallest ones. You just have to listen for those little prepositions. Your room is on the 6th floor. Checkout is at 11 a.m. Breakfast is from 7 to 10. It's those tiny little words that hold all the really important details. All right, you've got the key card in hand. Now for, let's be honest, the best part. Actually making the room yours. We are heading on up to our own private space to finally settle in. You know, the second we walk into a hotel room, we all do the same thing, right? We immediately start sizing it up. We're kind of mapping out the space with our words. We're talking about the view, how quiet it is, if the bed looks comfy, and even just how tired we are from the trip. You see, you're not just standing in a room, you're actually interacting with it, using all this descriptive language. So after you've had a second to freshen up, the next big question always comes up. So, what's for dinner? Now pay attention to the language here. It's not about commands, it's all about suggestions. Hey, should we? Maybe we could. And the way we agree is just as easy. Good idea. Or that sounds great. The whole point is to find the quickest, easiest path to a decision. And in this case, that path leads right to the hotel restaurant. And that brings us right to Act 3, the dining playbook. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a super fancy restaurant or just a casual little cafe. The basic interactions are almost always the same. But what if you don't have a reservation? Hey, no problem at all. It's just a simple 4-step dance. The host asks you a question, you give an honest but kind of soft negative answer, and here's a little tip. Saying not yet sounds way more polite than just a flat no. Then you make your request and you get your table. Simple, effective. All right, now for the main event, ordering the food. And honestly, it all comes down to one clean, clear, and super polite sentence, just like this one. Let's break down exactly how it's put together. And here it is, the magic formula. It's just confirmation, plus the subject, plus the phrase will have the, plus your item, and always finish with please. So it sounds like, yes, we'll have the grilled chicken, please. It is the perfect recipe. It works every single time. It's polite, it's efficient, and there is absolutely zero confusion. Of course, dining is about more than just ordering your food. It's about the whole experience. And when we talk about that experience, we usually focus on 2 main things. First, what's actually on the plate? We'll say things like, is the chicken juicy? Is the sauce creamy? And second, we talk about what's happening in the room. Is the music perfect? Is the view great? Okay, after a good night's sleep, maybe a great breakfast, it's finally time for the last act of our hotel journey, the departure.
And really the goal here is just to have a smooth, efficient, easy exit.
And the good news is, checking out is usually even easier than checking in. It's just a clean 3-part sequence. They'll ask, "Are you checking out?" You say, "Yes, room 608. They'll ask, "Did you enjoy your stay?" You say, "Yes, everything was wonderful." I mean, that's it. You're just confirming info and saying thank you. Simple.
But what if you're not leaving town right away? This is super common. You need to store your luggage for a few hours. A lot of the time, the staff will actually offer first. And if they do, all you have to do is confirm, "Yes, please, we'll come back for it this afternoon." It's such a small interaction, but man, it can make the rest of your day so much easier.
So there you have it. We've walked through the entire journey from start to finish. Now, let's wrap it all up and put everything together into one powerful summary slide. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet for any trip you take. And here it is, your complete traveler's phrase toolkit. Now, the really cool thing about this is that it's organized by function, by what you're actually trying to do. So whether you're trying to express a need, show appreciation, make a comparison, or just give a confirmation, you've got the perfect phrase right there, ready to go. These really are the fundamental building blocks for every single interaction we've covered today.
So we've mapped out the whole journey, haven't we? From that very first wow when you walk into the lobby to the final thank you at checkout. You now have the scripts, you have the toolkits, and hopefully you have the confidence to handle any situation that comes your way. So the only question left is, on your next big adventure, what's the very first phrase you're going to use?